everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Audrey and I post a lot of lifestyle content, fitness, stuff relating to dealing with a chronic illness. So if that's the kind of stuff you like, and if you like this video, hit that subscribe button and stick around. Today I'm going to be showing you my everyday makeup. Specifically with COVID and quarantine, I just have not been wearing a lot of makeup over the last year. My skin's been really good actually, so I used to have very problematic skin and it has completely cleared up over the last year, so I try not to put a lot of stuff on it. I did prep my skin for this video and I do still sometimes wear a little bit of makeup, which is what I'm going to show you today. My skin is already cleansed, moisturized. It's not primed though. I use a sunscreen as a moisturizer. I'm just going to stick my hair back because I have been dealing with a lot of little baby hairs lately. Alright, so first I'm going to go in with my eye primer. I like the NYX Proof It. This is a very, very good eye primer, honestly. I've bought this a couple of times and it's very affordable. I have pretty oily eyelids and pretty oily under eyes, but I really like to moisturize them, so sometimes the oil comes from that. Apologies if you can hear the bullfrogs that are making some noises out in my backyard. We have a little pond out there and they live out there and they are kind of loud sometimes, to be honest. I'm gonna go in with the Milk HydroGrip primer. I absolutely love this stuff. I started buying the miniature size of it and then just had to go for the full size. A little bit of that. Probably about a dime size amount. And there's lots of stuff going on outside right now. I put this really generally in my T-zone and then kind of on my cheeks and on my chin. Another primer I really like is the Tula Blurring Primer. Very distracted by what's going on outside. So most days I just wear concealer and mascara, maybe a little bit of eyeshadow, if I wear anything at all. So that's pretty much what I'm just showing you here today. I'm using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I don't know if they make this anymore. It was like kind of going out of stock at my Ulta and I don't think I've really seen it since. But I really like this for under the eyes because it's very brightening and it doesn't get too cakey or anything. I really don't like to do a lot, and I do a little bit on my eyelids too because I have a lot of veins on my eyelids. And I'll either go in with a teeny tiny sponge or usually just my finger, but today I'll do the sponge. My cheeks do tend to get a little bit red, so I will usually dab a little bit of concealer just kind of on my cheeks, a little bit here, and a little bit on my nose. And the reason that I'm not really focusing too hard on my chin, even though I did put a little bit of primer down there, is because I will be wearing a mask later. So I usually don't like to put makeup there unless I have to. And with wearing masks over the last year and continuing to wear a mask even though I'm fully vaccinated because I'm immunocompromised, I don't really care about putting makeup on my chin. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who can relate to that. Next I'm going in with my Beauty Bakerie Flour Better Not Bitter translucent powder, and I get the shade Oat, which is translucent. I love this stuff. This stuff is so good and love to support small businesses. They're growing though. I don't like to set very heavily. Just dab this around my eyes because that's where I usually crease. And I'll just kind of dab it on the other spots. I'm used to being really oily, but my skin texture has completely changed like over the last year, and I'm not as oily as I used to be, which is kind of weird. Next, I'm going to be going in with my e.l.f. Bite Size eyeshadow palette in Cream and Sugar, and I'm going to start off with this lighter shade here. I don't think they individually have any shade names because it's just a small little palette. Going in with a fluffy Morphe brush. I really just like to sweep this over my whole eye, just for a little bit of added color. It doesn't really do much because it's just very similar to my own skin tone. Because this is a fluffy brush and because it's not a very noticeable color, I usually don't care about where I'm placing it. So especially if I'm just getting ready in a pinch. Then I'll go in with another Morphe brush. This one's slightly less fluffy, and I'll go in with this darker shade here, just very lightly, like not a whole lot. And then just kind of very lightly put that on the outer corner of my eye, just for a little bit of extra dimension. Again, not really caring too hard about where I'm putting it. Lastly, for this eyeshadow palette, I'm going in with a flat Morphe brush, and I'm going in with this light metallic shade there. I just think this is the prettiest eyeshadow shade. After that is done, I like to do a little bit of brown eyeliner. I was very strictly a black eyeliner gal for a very long time, but I really started liking brown eyeliner just for a little added something. Because of the shape of my eye, I like to line kind of half of my eyelid and then blend it down so that it's not very noticeable. It's just, I found that it looks very, I have like more hooded eyes, so it looks very clunky on the inner corner, and I really like to focus the eyeliner on the outer corner. This is the NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a Turn On waterproof eyeliner, and this is just brown. I think it has a specific shade. Brown Perfection, actually. So I just like to do a little bit of that. And then I go in with an eyelash curler because I have pretty straight lashes, and I just very lightly curl them. After I curl my lashes, I then go in with an eyeshadow primer. This is the Marc Jacobs Velvet. Velvet primer. I only do it on the upper lashes, but I have found that this actually holds my curl a lot longer than just doing multiple mascaras, because I used to be the type of gal that would do multiple coats of multiple different mascaras on my eyes at once, and this has, using an eyeshadow or an eyelash primer has completely changed the game for me. I know that looks so freaky without regular mascara over it, but hey, such is life. And I'm going to butcher the name of this. ILIA, I think is how you say it. I got this in a FabFitFun box. It's okay. It's the Limitless Lash Mascara in After Midnight. It's just a normal mascara. I do really like the wand on this though. It's kind of got almost like a straight edge part to it. I find that this is very itchy sometimes when I'm applying it. But that's because I like to get really, really close to the lash line. This mascara that I've found does hold a curl very well with an I keep calling it an eyeshadow primer. Eyelash primer. And that's with mascara on one eye and just the eyelash primer on the other. And last but not least, I like to go in with something for my brows. I've been really liking the NYX Control Freak brow gel. It just literally just looks like a clear mascara. But I got a new product. I got the Anastasia Brow Freeze Brow Styling Wax, and I'm going to use that today. It literally looks like nothing, and I think that's wild. So I have a little spoolie here, and I'm just gonna go in. Oh gosh. See if I can actually use this correctly. This is a lot different than a brow gel. I don't like to fill in my brows. Sometimes I will use like a tinted brow gel, like the one from Benefit, the Gimme Brow. I really like that one. But I've found that my eyebrows are usually pretty thick on their own, so I don't usually need anything for them. Now, I wasn't going to do any blush or bronzer or anything, but I felt like my face needed a little bit of color since I didn't put any foundation or anything on. I just put on concealer, so I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Sweetie Pie. It's kind of like a bronzer blush combo. I don't even know how to describe this, but I'm going in with an angled brush, also from Morphe, and I'm just going to dab and just put a little bit. Alright, and that is the finished makeup. Super simple, super light, super, I think it's super pretty, but alright everyone, that is it for today's video. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you next time.